They'd been screaming for 90 minutes. 50,000 voices. 50,000 people who'd saved for months, camped overnight for tickets, traveled across Japan just to be in the same stadium as Michael Jackson. And they were all on their feet, dancing, singing, losing their minds. Except one woman. September 11th, 1987. Yokohama Stadium, Japan. Michael Jackson, 29 years old, was performing I Just Can't Stop Loving You, the romantic ballad, the vulnerable moment in every show. Second verse. Michael scanned the VIP section, making eye contact with guests, making everyone feel seen. Section 14, row 5, seat 12. A woman, Japanese, late 20s, not screaming, not waving, not holding a camera, just sitting, perfectly still, crying, holding a leather notebook against her chest. 50,000 people sang every word. But the woman in section 14, row 5, seat 12 was silent. And when Michael Jackson's eyes met hers, the stadium disappeared. Michael's voice faltered, just for 2 beats. His backup singer covered. But Michael had stopped moving, stopped engaging with the crowd. His eyes locked on section 14. The woman's face, features he knew. Older now, but unmistakable. The girl from Tokyo, 1973. 3 days that felt like 3 years. Akiko Tanaka, his first real crush. The girl who made him feel normal. From the wings, his band noticed. Something's wrong. Michael misses cue. He's staring at the VIP section. Through binoculars, woman, late 20s, crying, holding a notebook. She's not moving. Neither is Michael. 14 years earlier. October 1973. Tokyo, Japan. Michael Jackson, 15 years old, was on tour with the Jackson 5. They were massive in Japan. Screaming fans, sold-out shows, total chaos. Between rehearsals and shows, Michael had no freedom. Handlers everywhere. Every minute scheduled. October 3rd, 1973. Michael gave his security the slip at the Imperial Hotel. Just walked out a side exit, wearing sunglasses and a hat. Disappeared into Tokyo streets. He wandered into Yoyogi Park. Sat on a bench. Watched people. A girl approached. 14 years old. School uniform. Carrying English textbooks. Are you Michael Jackson? She asked in careful English. He panicked. Expected screaming. Instead, she sat down. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone. You look like you need a break. Akiko Tanaka, 14 years old. Student at an international school. Fluent in English and Japanese. Loved American music, but wasn't obsessed with fame. She saw Michael as just another teenager. They talked for 3 hours. About school. About pressure. About feeling trapped. In Japan, Akiko said, "We have a word, gamun. It means enduring the unbearable with patience and dignity. You do that every day, don't you?" Michael had never heard his life described so accurately. For 3 days, October 3rd to 5th, 1973, Akiko became Michael's guide. She showed him Tokyo. Not tourist Tokyo, but real Tokyo. Small temples, quiet gardens, ramen shops where no one recognized him. She taught him basic Japanese phrases. He taught her to moonwalk, still developing it, not perfected yet. They held hands on the subway, shared ice cream, talked about dreams. Akiko didn't want anything from him. Didn't ask for autographs. Didn't try to take photos. Just wanted to spend time with a boy she found interesting. "Do you ever get to just be Michael?" she asked. "Not really. Do you ever get to just be Akiko?" "Every day. Maybe that's why I don't understand what you're going through." October 5th, 1973. Michael's last day in Tokyo. They met at Yoyogi Park one final time. "I'm leaving tomorrow," Michael said, "but I want to stay in touch. Can I write you?" "Of course. I'll write you too. Every week." They exchanged addresses. Michael wrote down his fan mail address at Motown. "Promise you'll write?" Akiko asked. "I promise." They hugged. Michael kissed her cheek. His first kiss. October 6, 1973. Michael left Tokyo. For 2 months, he intended to write, but Motown's schedule exploded. Recording, touring, interviews. By December, the intention had faded. By February 1974, he'd forgotten he promised. What Michael never knew, Akiko never forgot. October 13th, 1973. 1 week after Michael left, Akiko mailed her first letter, handwritten in English, told him about her week, asked how Los Angeles was. No response. November 1973. She wrote again. Maybe the first letter got lost. No response. December 1973. A third letter. I hope you're okay. I miss talking to you. No response. By March 1974, Akiko realized he's not going to write back. A normal person would stop, would accept reality. He was Michael Jackson. She was a random girl from Tokyo. But Akiko wasn't normal. Those 3 days changed her life. For the next 14 years, Akiko wrote Michael Jackson 1 letter every month. Not because she expected a response, but because writing to him felt like maintaining connection to who she was at 14, hopeful, brave, unafraid. Age 16, 1975. Dear Michael, I started high school today. I'm scared. I wish you were here to tell me I'll be okay. Do you remember how you used to get nervous before shows? I'm trying to remember to breathe. Akiko, age 19, 1978. Dear Michael, I'm in university studying translation. I listen to Off the Wall every night. Your voice has changed. It's more confident now. I wonder if you've changed too. I wonder if you'd even recognize me. Akiko, age 23, 1982. Dear Michael, Thriller is everywhere. You're the biggest star in the world. I'm happy for you, but I also feel sad. The boy I met in Yoyogi Park is gone, isn't he? Swallowed by fame. I hope you're still in there somewhere. Akiko, age 26, 1985. Dear Michael, I got engaged. His name is Hiroshi. He's kind, but when he proposed, I thought about you, about the promise we made. I know that's ridiculous. We were children, but part of me is still that 14-year-old girl, holding your hand on the subway. Akiko, she broke off the engagement 3 months later. Couldn't marry someone while still writing to Michael. Age 28, September 1987, 1 week before the concert. Dear Michael, this is letter number 467. I've been writing you for 14 years. You've never responded. I don't blame you, but I need to tell you something. I've been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. Genetic, rare. I'm 28 and my brain is dying. In 6 months, I won't remember you. Won't remember those 3 days. I bought a ticket to your show. September 11th, Section 14, Row 5, Seat 12. I'm bringing this notebook, every letter I've written. I don't expect you to see me, but I need to be there. To remember, one last time, what it felt like to be near you. Goodbye, Michael. Thank you for 3 days that made me believe in magic. Akiko, if you are enjoying this story, please subscribe to support the channel. Now, September 11th, 1987, Akiko Tanaka sat in Section 14, Row 5, Seat 12, holding 467 letters. And Michael Jackson had just recognized her face. The song was still playing, but Michael wasn't singing. He walked to the edge of the stage, stared at Section 14. Akiko was crying harder now. She couldn't believe he remembered her. Michael, into his mic, voice shaking. I need to stop for a moment. I'm sorry. The music stopped. 50,000 people went silent. Security moved towards Section 14. Michael pointed. The woman in Row 5. Please bring her backstage. Her name is Akiko Tanaka. 50,000 people erupted in confused murmurs. Akiko was shaking. Security reached her. Miss, Michael Jackson has requested to see you. Why? She whispered in Japanese. We don't know. Will you come? She nodded, clutching her notebook. Michael to the crowd. I'll be back in a few minutes. There's someone I need to talk to. Someone I should have talked to 14 years ago. He walked off stage. 10:02 p.m. Michael's dressing room. 15 minutes after he walked off stage. Akiko Tanaka stood in Michael Jackson's dressing room, still holding the leather notebook. Michael, still in performance clothes, stared at her like she was a ghost. "Akiko," he whispered. "Hi, Michael." 14 years compressed into 2 words. "You remember me," Akiko said, tears streaming. "Of course I remember you. Tokyo, 1973. You showed me Yoyogi Park. You taught me Gammon." She broke down crying. "I didn't think you would. You're Michael Jackson. I was just... You were the girl who made me feel normal, who made me feel seen." Michael stepped closer. "Why are you here? Why tonight?" "Because I'm dying. Not my body, my mind. I have early onset Alzheimer's. I'm 28 years old, and I'm disappearing." Michael's face shocked devastation. "In 6 months, I won't remember you. Won't remember those 3 days. So I came tonight to remember. One last time." "What's that?" Michael asked, pointing to the leather book. "Letters. I wrote you for 14 years. 467 of them. One every month since you left Tokyo." "You wrote me for 14 years? "I sent them to your Motown fan mail address. You never responded. I assumed you never got them. So I kept copies. All of them are in here." Michael took the notebook, opened it, saw pages and pages of letters. Dates spanning 1973 to last week. "I never saw these. If I had... Akiko, if I'd known you were writing..." "I know. It's okay. You were becoming Michael Jackson. I was just Akiko from Tokyo." Michael flipped through the notebook, read fragments of her life, saw himself through her eyes for 14 years. Age 16, her fears about high school. Age 19, her dreams of being a translator. Age 23, her sadness watching him become untouchable. Age 26, her broken engagement. One letter destroyed him. Age 28, written last week. This is letter number 467. "I've been writing you for 14 years. I've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. In 6 months, I won't remember you. Goodbye, Michael." He couldn't breathe. "Akiko, quietly. You don't need to feel guilty. I didn't write expecting responses. I wrote because it made me feel connected to who I was when I met you. Brave, hopeful, unafraid. But I should have written back. You didn't know, and that's okay." Michael sat down, overwhelmed. "How long do you have?" 6 months. Maybe less. The progression is fast. "Is there treatment?" "No. It's genetic, irreversible. By March, I'll be in a care facility. By June, I won't know my own name." "We have 6 months," Michael said. "Let me spend them with you. Let me make up for 14 years. Akiko smiled sadly. "Michael, you're on a world tour. You have 50,000 people waiting. You can't just... I can cancel. I can come to Tokyo." "No, that's not what I want." "What do you want?" "I want you to finish this show. I want you to keep being Michael Jackson, because that's who you were meant to be. I came here to give you the letters, so you'd know, so you'd understand that those 3 days meant as much to me as they did to you. But I'm not asking you to save me. You can't. But I want to try. I know. That's why I love you. Present tense. Not loved. Love. But the kindest thing you can do is let me go. Let me keep this memory of you recognizing me in a crowd of 50,000. Of you stopping the show. That's enough." Michael stood, paced. "What if I don't want it to be enough? What if I want more time?" "We don't get more time. That's the point. Then let me be there when it gets worse. Let me visit. Let me be your friend." "Why?" "Because you gave me 14 years of letters. The least I can do is give you 6 months of presence. I'll visit Tokyo between tour stops. We'll go to Yoyogi Park. We'll eat ramen. We'll talk. And when you start forgetting, I'll remember for both of us." Akiko crying, "You do that?" "You wrote me 467 letters. I owe you at least 180 days. September 1987 to March 1988. Michael visited Tokyo 7 times. Between tour stops, he flew to Japan, spent days with Akiko, They recreated their 1973 adventures. November 1987. Akiko started forgetting small things. Names, dates, but she still remembered Michael. January 1988. She forgot her address, but she remembered Yoyogi Park. March 1988. She was in a care facility. Most days, she didn't recognize visitors. But some days, rare, precious days, she saw Michael and smiled. The boy from the park. That's right. I'm Michael, from the park. Did you write me back? Yes, I wrote you back. June 1988. Akiko Tanaka, 29 years old, died peacefully. Michael was there, holding her hand. She didn't know who he was, but she was calm. Her last words in Japanese, "Gamun," enduring the unbearable with patience and dignity. September 11th, 1987, 10:35 p.m., Yokohama Stadium. Michael returned to the stage. 50,000 people erupted. "I'm sorry," he said. "I just saw someone I haven't seen in 14 years. Someone who reminded me why I do this." He didn't explain. Didn't need to. This next song is for Akiko, for teaching me that love doesn't need a response to be real. He performed She's Out of My Life, the song he always cries during. Tonight, the tears were for her, for 467 letters, for 6 months they'd have, for the memory that would outlast her memory. In Section 14, Row 5, Seat 12, an empty seat. Akiko was backstage watching on a monitor. She was smiling, because he remembered. After 14 years, he remembered. Years later, in his Neverland Ranch, Michael kept Akiko's leather notebook in a locked drawer. Every year on October 3rd, he read one letter. 467 letters. 467 years of reading. By the time he finished, he'd be 81. He never finished, but he kept reading, because she never stopped writing. Michael Jackson froze under the spotlight. One face in the crowd stopped him cold, not because she demanded his attention, but because for 14 years she'd been giving him hers. 467 letters. 0 responses. Infinite love. She taught him Gammon at 14, enduring the unbearable with dignity. At 28, she taught him something harder, that the purest love asks nothing, expects nothing, survives on memory alone. And sometimes the person you've been searching for was writing you all along. You just never thought to check your mail. If you like this story, please subscribe to support this channel.